You know what fog is? FOG. I love that. Fog is a psyops term where what is used to control people is fear, obligation, and guilt. And if anybody thinks those three things aren't involved in major religions, get on a boat and go to another planet. That is what is used in cultic ways to control you by afraid people. They are so afraid. So you need to pity those people and to understand that that's where they are in their evolution. That's where they are. Is it going to go away? I doubt it. It appears to be part of human nature. But if there are bullies in your life, people you just don't want to be around, you can't get away from them. They're using fog. They're creating a fog around you. So you don't have the right or the ability to say no. No. They're creating fear in you by stating things that if you don't do this, that'll happen, or don't you want to do this, or this to lead you into statements of who and what you are. Obligation, well, you are my this or that, so you owe me this. You need to do this to help. You have to help this charity because you're obligated. You're not. And then guilt. I was raised Jewish and I'm Catholic. You talk about guilt. Oh my God. That's the joke. But I think it's everywhere. I think fogging people is part of human nature. Why do we do it? Because we all want to have control. But all we can have is control over ourselves. You shouldn't really care what other people think about you, how you look, what you say, what you do, but we have to a certain point, to live in a society. If I put on a toga and walk around downtown Missoula, there are people that do that, and there's names for that. It's just wackadoodle behavior, it's attention seeking behavior. So, to try to find a simplicity, the only way to do it, I think, is to try and find out who you are. What can you name one thing that you really, really believe that nobody is going to shake out of you? I'm not saying, oh, that you would die for, because if my life was threatened, that I would say, I don't believe this, or this, or I do believe this, or this. God knows what I believe. I'd save my life. Don't be an idiot. The age of martyrdom is over. But we still martyr ourselves by being bullied into answering things we don't want to answer, being around people that are not good for us, that are toxic, or maybe we do that to other people. And I think we all do that behavior at times. So, spirituality to me is accessing first that, that quiet place inside of the self. And you can access that through religion, through reading the Bible, through going to church, to discussing these things with people. You absolutely can, and that's divine, but you don't have to. The most ethical people I've ever met, and I've said this before, are my Wiccan friends. And I love them. They crack me up because I've seen them in several situations where they were cheated, lied to, somebody stole from them. They don't go after those people. They just tell other people what happened. I'm putting your business in the street. And that's it. You let it go. Do as thou
Hmm.
wilt shall be the whole of the law. Do what you want, but don't hurt other people. That's spiritual behavior. I think that we are hardwired to know and to feel when something is divine. And because I said every act is spiritual in some way, negative or positive, there is a difference between recognizing it and feeling it and just living that way. And what I mean is, I don't always get that. I just complimented you on the picture that comes up when we do on your phone when we That's beautiful. And I said, "Oh my God, it reminds me of Olympia. It's foggy trees, Doug fir." And you said, "That's right out of my window." That's spiritual and divine to me because trees are a divine connection for me, the standing people. I think we're straightening out all this stuff with religion, sexuality, and politics. That's why it's so bad right now. It's awful. But this world, my friends, is a deep, dark, evil place. We get used to the evil as being norm, and then we point at other people for being that. So I think what that is seeking spirituality for good or bad. But you can't, I think you can't not be spiritual. Everything is.